All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm excited to have you guys here tonight. I see at least one new coach on our call tonight. So Kelsey hopped on early. Kelsey, is it Megan, your coach?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yay. So welcome. Is there anybody else that I'm missing? Well, I see Mary's on here. So Mary's been a coach for a while, but she's starting to kind of dig in a little more with the business. So she's hopped on tonight. So welcome. Lots of exciting things. Most exciting for me is I actually felt good all day. You get me on a night that I'm feeling good. So I want to respect y'all's time. So what I want to walk you through tonight is, and if you have questions, please use the chat. And then towards the end, here's the plan for all my Emeralds. I'm going to walk through how to onboard. I'm going to do question and answer. And then I'm going to do like a quick tour of what's in our Google Drive, just so you guys can kind of see. But that'll be kind of towards the end. So I had mentioned to print off two things before tonight. One is this sheet that says getting your new coach started right, gold star. And the other one says the simple business plan. Well, I edited this about 30 minutes ago. So you might have to print a second one, because Michelle and I met today and put our heads together and had a couple ideas of things that we added just to kind of make things flow well with our team. Okay. So basically what I want to start off with is why onboard. Like when I first, and I shared this in the video today, when I first, Jill's bodyguard. Is that why you have the hat on? Oh my goodness. Dude, I can't, we're recording. I'll say it afterwards. So I lost my train of thought. When I first signed up as a coach with Michelle, so I've been a coach for 3.5 years. I mean, you guys all, I've got 6 kids. I'm expecting number 7. When I first signed up with Michelle, I just wanted it for the discount. Like I joined for the discount. I was participating in the challenge group. And then about 90 days into it, I started to really experience change and wanted to do more. So she said, oh, well, I'll send you the new coach packet. And it was like a 30-page document with, I'm not kidding. I wish I still had it.
You guys think you have it bad. I didn't even have that.
Yeah, right. So 30 pages, and she's like, start with day 1. And it was like 3 1.5-hour links to calls. And they were great, but I was just like, what in the world? And then make a list of how many, and then I got to do what? And that's when I sent out all the horrible invites that I had no idea what I was doing. And my whole point is I still made it. You know what I mean? Like it was the best that was there. And honestly, it wasn't horrible. It was just a lot. So we have evolved and things have simplified. And so what I want to share with you is, even though that was crazy to give me that packet, it showed me there was more to the business. It showed me there was more to learn, and it gave me a place to go if I wanted to know more, So what I want to encourage you is, whether you're a coach because you're a discount coach or a hobby coach, or you want to do this for the business, and when you sign someone up, whatever their intention as a coach at the beginning is, you should still onboard them in some way, because it welcomes them to the tribe. It gives them a sense of there is a business to this. It gives them tools to help them. Some of these tools are they're important for challengers. If a person's a discount coach, they still should follow a program. They still should read personal development. I think they should be a part of our team page culture so we can lift them up in their journey and be a part of our team calls, because these calls, some of them are trainings like how to onboard, but a lot of them are like how to fill your bucket, like how do you get to know people. They're things that add value to them. And so onboarding your coach invites them more into the culture. It connects them to the huddle, and then it also gives them the tools when we give them the simple business plan, so that later on, if they decide they want more, they know where to start. The other thing about it is it gives you a formula to follow, or a recipe. You'll hear that a lot, and that's not overcomplicated. I'm the queen of overcomplicating. I can reinvent the wheel in 150 different ways and it won't go anywhere. So I've stopped reinventing it. So what we did is, this past year, Team Courage, which is our upline, big team, put together the Simple Business Plan. And it works, and it's, I think, a beautiful thing. What Michelle and I put together in this checklist that says getting your new coach started right are a few things that also we're going to be adding to help you guys. The hardest part sometimes is learning to onboard a coach when you're still trying to figure things out. And so we want to give you also some tools to feel like you have the support of your upline, you have the support of Michelle and I as you're growing your team, but also giving you the ability to lead your team and have that confidence as a leader. So what will you need? Well, if you don't already have a binder or an ARC system or whatever, and for the new coaches, this will be something you'll go over with your coach, you need to have a section that has for coaches. And in that section, you should have the Getting Started New Coach checklist. And I recommend you just either laminate it or put it in one of the sheet protectors, because you can reuse it every time. You want to have a copy of the Simple Business Plan. And then in that binder, once you have a new coach sign up and they fill out their About Me form, you want to print those off and keep it in their binder and keep some paper in there. When I meet with a coach, I take notes on the About Me form. And then every time I meet with them, I have like these, I use an ARC, but you can use notebook paper. But I have just a sheet that I take notes on, and then it has a little section on the side that I can like remind myself if I said things that I need to do. And that's just how you can basically organize it. So what I want to do right now is walk through the Getting Your New Coach Started checklist. So I'm going to share the screen. If you were to go to our team page, which I'm going to do real quick. Ooh. Let's see here. All right. If you're on our team page over here, in the description. Oh gosh, that's scary. I'm like watching myself. Down here, it has a bunch of information, but find a new coach, start here. How to get your new coach started checklist and the Simple Business Plan. So these are on our team Google Drive, but this is an easy, quick access. So if you click on the how to set up your new coach in the TFFFFFFF, there's so many Fs, Team Fearless Freedom Family. Basically, I'm going to walk you through the checklist. The first thing is it has a link, how to set them up. So this link will take you to directions like if they're military, how to help them sign up and get their refund and get their papers in so that they can not have to pay their monthly fee, because military have that benefit. If they bought a challenge pack, it explains how to get your refund if you had already bought a challenge pack. Everything you need to know is right here. Then you want to welcome them to the team page, give them a shout out. You can use like Photofy or WordSwag or something to just put like welcome to new coach and welcome to the team right away, so they feel that connection. Tag them in the most recent weekly forecast, which will always be pinned to the top, because that'll give them an idea of the next team call, the national wake up call, challenge groups. Is kind of how we stay connected. It's always at the top of the team page. And to tell them that the team page description has important links in it. Send them the Simple Business Plan and About Me forms. You want to start with steps 1 to 4 to begin with and get them working on their list of 100. Once they've done this, so this is kind of like your first message to them, you want to hop on the phone and do like a one-on-one chat and start to walk through any questions they have, go over their About Me, see if they had questions about setting up their online office. Those are the kind of things. So I'm going to quickly switch over to the Simple Business Plan to show you what 1 through 4 says. Number 1 is directions on how to set up their back office. Number 2 is the importance of making that list. Number 3 is getting them started on personal development. And then number 4 is following a fitness program. So no matter if you sign up a coach that's a discount coach, hobby, or business builder, this is really good information to go through with them. It doesn't take a lot of time for them. And then you hopping on the phone with them makes that connection and gets through their goals and their About Me. So you can get to know them better. So that's what your first step is going to be. Now I'm going to flip back to the checklist. Okay. The next thing that we're going to have, this is what Michelle and I talked about this morning. Once you do 1 through 4, you can connect them to our team GSR calls. She and I were talking about how, what is a way that we could add value and help you guys leading from our strengths. So the first Monday of every month now at 8:30, there will be a Getting Started Right Part 1. What this call is going to do is it's going to walk brand new coaches through the rest of the Simple Business Plan. They don't have to have had it completed. They could be working through it. Basically, I'm going to lead this call and walk them through the 12-day new coach training, what it is, the Finish Line Leader app that we use, a simplified way to set up their binder. So we have like the binder system that I did, the video for the 12-day new coach training, but I'll do a training that night and just show them the simple forms that we have, the 4 forms they need to put in a binder so that they're not overwhelmed. And then how to track their business, and then just do questions and answers about inviting, the scripts, the rest of the business plan. So you would hop on this call with your coach. It's a great way for the new coaches to connect. It's once a month. So it gives time for like whoever the majority of coaches from the month time. And it would give that sense of community. And then honestly, the hope is down the line when you feel ready, like you could do this with your coaches. But for now, I think the community part is really great. And it's a way that I could help with the organizational part and not getting overwhelmed. For example, if you have a coach that wants to dig in right away with with the business and grow, then the 12-day new coach business, why am I getting all tripped up? The 12-day new coach training is a great option. If they're kind of like, I want to work on my fitness journey right now, the Finish Line Leader app is great too. Honestly, they're both great, but trying to fit the best need. And so that's the plan for the first Getting Started Right call. Then the second Monday of the month, we will have a GSR Part 2 led by Michelle, where she's going to focus on social media. This you can hop on with your coaches, and she's going to talk about your pillars, your avatar, having a good photo, cover photo, how to post, help them coming up with ideas for their first post if they're nervous. And then it, just gives them a chance to connect to her with the strengths she has, and you connect as well. And then you guys can dialogue more about that call later on when you meet with them. There's also on this checklist, there's an About Me that I love to use, and the Simple Business Plan link. So an example is you could send like this short message: let's get started working through the success training. Here's a simple business plan we will follow together. You can change it up, obviously, because I can't say, well, it helped me grow my business. Never mind. I thought it was going to be like Summers. Focus on steps 1 through, 4. Go ahead and fill out the About Me form and then work on your list. Once you have your list of 100, send me a picture and we'll jump on the phone and get started together. Are there times that work better for you? And then just add the links. You know what I mean? Like a simple message. Instead of a big welcome letter where you have to edit the header, it just keeps it simple. Then it has down here other things. So focus on the short 12-day checklist training that leaders have put together. They're going to offer these from Team Courage quarterly. So every quarter, they're going to offer a new 12-day training. That way it kind of keeps it fresh with things that change that you can plug them into, or we can have this. It's also kind of neat to plug our coaches into those trainings later, because then they get to know other faces in the business. They might connect to somebody else more than they would connect to me or you even. You know what I'm saying? That can help them with visualizing a bigger picture. Pick what you're most comfortable with and what will meet their needs and goals. Obviously, if someone's a discount coach or hobby coach, they might not be looking into the 12-day checklist right now. You know what I'm saying? But if someone wants to go for it, you want to get them plugged in right away. That's what's awesome about these resources. Help them create their initial posts to start building a social media presence. So these are things that you kind of want to make sure you're doing as you work with them at their pace. This will also be covered in the Getting Started Right call that Michelle's going to do. And then you can tap them into there's additional videos if they ever want to watch on social media. Ensure they're in a challenge group. Get them started on personal development. These are just some of the suggestions. Like, I know a big one for everyone is the slight edge or the compound effect. It's a really favorite, if there's one that made an impact in your life the most as a new coach, that's the one you should lead with, I believe, because you can walk them through it. But also listen to their struggles. I mean, if somebody's working through personal issues and they're in this right now for their own personal journey, I think the Slight Edge can help with anything, but maybe it would need to be made to crave or something to meet their need at the time. The most important thing is helping them find personal development. Emphasize the importance of the team webinars that we have the first, second, and fourth Monday of every month at 9. Guide them through how to coach their new challengers when they have that first challengers. Celebrate their small victories. Lead by example, being present, doing the vitals, being on webinars, and following a program, and involve them in the team culture. When you look at the simple business plan, 1 through 4 is like kind of just getting them going in a groove. 5 is where they start the 12-day new coach training, and that was the 12 days of business that's now been made into a training. There's resources on here if they want to go to Everything with Heart, which is the Team Courage website. And then, of course, they have all of our stuff that's available in the description of the team page. Getting them plugged in, this would be the part you would tell them our schedule is different and it's available on our team page, our team calls. They have the new coach business activity tracker. And then down here is the more detailed one that I use, but like that we did in the 12-day training. But everything is here, guys. Running challenge groups. There's scripts to help with that. Tools for challenge groups. And then we have our own tools that I'm going to walk you guys through. Building your tribe. There's scripts for helping with inviting and how to start a new coach off right. And then there's links here that some are included to her Like a Boss training, which she says here, and it's good. Like it's a good like stuff just to listen to. It's not like something you need to sit down and take notes. It's more like if you're on the go and you want to do like you can choose that to be your personal development for the day. So, you know, walking them through this looks like a lot if you gave it to someone and said, do it this week. But what I really want to emphasize is it's like putting the plan in front of them and then deciding how you want to cut it. If it's a pizza and you want to cut it into 12 slices versus 4 huge slices, like however they want to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just need to choose to follow their pace. But what I think we do sometimes is we don't put everything in a simple way in front. And then later on, we're trying to pick up where we left off when we don't have it all in front of us. I'm really excited about the Getting Started Right calls because it'll be a way to plug them into the team culture with other new coaches and ask questions. And then something that I wanted to encourage you guys to do is if you have 1, 2, 3 coaches, set up a time once a week where you have 20 minutes that you do like a mastermind call and you guys get together every other week so that you're plugging in with your coaches, answering their questions, helping them where they're at, and connecting them to each other. One of the biggest things I think that help us is the community part. So, you know, we have coaches that want to dig in and for different reasons and have different goals. That does not mean we can't all be learning from one another along the way or supporting one another in our goals. You heard me talking about pizza. So that was kind of my walkthrough with how onboarding goes. Do y'all have any questions? And before I go through the Google Drive, you can just unmute or you can type it. Or Michelle, do you want to add anything?
Just that, you know, one of the big differences between Kelly and I is she's a learner, which is a strength, actually. Some of you here will be learners who love to learn, love to put together curriculums and things. And that's why, you know, that is your big strength. For me, I struggle with too much information. So it's just really important when you sign someone up to understand what kind of a person they are in learning. Because if someone were to just throw a whole sheet like that at me, now, I mean, I would take it. But when I first started, I probably would have thrown a tantrum or two and then just said, nah, I'm just going to do it my own way, because I needed a lot of personal development at the time. And so that's just one thing I would say is kind of try to get an idea for what kind of personality they have and then give them pieces of information based on that. But Kelly's really awesome. She's really strong with onboarding coaches. So she also, this is definitely a wonderful system to use. And just a quick plug, Kelly and I will be doing a call talking about personalities here soon. So it will help. That should help as well.
Yeah, we're going to, the gym test is not actually on this, but it's something that we're going to kind of try to incorporate into our team culture a little bit. That's what Michelle was talking about in an upcoming call. I would say this, like this past fall, I had a handful of coaches that joined my team, and they're working on their own journey right now. I still sent them the plan, and we did 1 through 4. And then I gave them a tracking sheet for their dailies. Like it literally was like their shake, their workout, which is on the Simple Business Plan. It's like the new coach tracker. It just has their shake, their workout, and 3 engagements. I told them I challenged them to like encourage 3 people in our challenge group every day. And that's where we stopped. And then I told them, when you're ready for more, we'll pick this back up. So, you know what I'm saying? Just like Michelle just said, because I didn't want to overwhelm them and be like, okay, now we're going to go to number 5 and number 6 and number 7. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell them it's there, but press pause on it. Like, don't feel, I'm going to give you all the tools, but we're not going to walk through that. We're going to do this at your own pace. Because you're right. Like, you don't want to overwhelm people. You don't want somebody to think, but at the same time, what's kind of cool is you might give this to someone and they end up doing the whole thing in like 2 weeks because they're soaking it up because they didn't even know it was there. But Michelle's spot on. Like, you have to meet people kind of where they're at, which is why that first call with the About Me and kind of getting a sense to know them. And that might be something we could put on the About Me is a little bit, we could put the gym descriptions on there, which would be easy for them to kind of figure that out.
Yeah, because your sapphires are gonna have a short attention span. They're gonna get pretty bored fast, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I think it would be good, but I think it's just knowing that, and then that's why like knowing their why and knowing what they want at the time is really important. So you can keep reminding them of that, and that's why 1 through 4 is so important. I think that I just got like a question from a toddler. 0, y equals star. So I'm a cute nerd. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions that make sense? Like any thoughts about like, also for the Getting Started Right calls we do on the first 2 weeks at 8:30, if you have something specific, let us know. Like if you're like, Michelle, could you make sure you do this? And you need to be on these calls with your coaches. Like that's a big part of it. But it's a great way to plug into the community because we're growing and that's a really exciting thing. So, okay. The last thing I was going to show you guys, that's so cute. I love it when toddlers type. If you have not downloaded the Finish Line Leader app, do it because it's really, honestly, I feel like it's cool that we have both tools. I think that you need to use the one that you feel. So like if you feel more comfortable with that, I just want to say this real quick, than not using the 12-day training, like because of your gym, do it. Like I loved the app. I already finished it, like, cause I'm a nerd and I wanted to do it all. And I was racing to beat myself, you know, and it's going to be updated and there's value in there too. So like, for example, Sarah Kroger asked me today, where's this video on volume? And I'm like, oh, it's on the app. So I went on the app and I found it and I could share it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a gold mine. So it's called the Finish Line Leader app. It's free. It was given to us by our top upline, Tracy Morrow. So that's definitely a huge bonus with training. Really quick though, I don't want to take too much time. CEO training. That's what I found was really helpful too. I'm going to do the screen share one more time and show you guys, if you are on our team page and you go over here to the description. So we have just a quick review. Our team call schedule, our challenge group plan that tells you like our challenge group schedule. Our Fearless Freedom Family Google Drive. And then down here is how to set up your binder, the Team Courage website. If you want to call with Michelle or I, it's our link for one-on-one calls. And then the stuff I just showed you, getting a coach new started, Simple Business Plan, how to set up a challenger. And then this is all of our coaching opportunity recordings, and our team YouTube channel. It's just a quick reference. But if you come back up to the top to the Google Drive and you click on it, this is where Michelle and I and many other coaches who have like created amazing stuff store everything. So this is the first folder here says Team Courage Coach Essentials. This has everything from Team Courage, which is where we got the Simple Business Plan. So it has a ton of scripts, meal plans, recipes, and things from our larger team. And they update it, which is kind of cool. So you can go in there and look around. Like if you're trying to find, trackers and checklists, social media, there's just extra stuff. Now, don't get lost in here, but my point is like the invite scripts is very, very helpful. Just it's a resource that we have. Then you have our Power Hour folder. In the Power Hour folder, we have, this is for tracking your business, is for Emeralds and above, inviting lists and tracking forms to track your challengers, business activity trackers, which are like your checklists. And this is just a little getting organized is like a way you can organize all of these forms. It's just a sheet. It's part of the 12 day challenge checklist, the coach checklist. There's a video I did on it. But this is kind of like, I come here every week to print a new batch. I come every month, like today, and I printed a new invite list. So I can make my invite list. So that's kind of where this material is if you're a paper person. Then we have organizing your team. And this is where you're going to have, onboarding. This is where you'll find the Simple Business Plan. You'll find the checklist, and then tracking and taking note-taking tools. These are awesome. So this is just like a check-in roster so Michelle, this is what's kind of fun. You'll find this when you find a success partner. I'm really good at throwing a bunch of ideas on paper, and then she's really good at like putting it together like a Rubik's Cube and like letting it make sense. So I'm just going to show you this really quick because I can't do this for the life of me. I really can't. That's why I don't have a PowerPoint tonight. But I love that she can. So like this is a roster. So all my coaches are on here, and then you could just take notes of when you've checked in on them last. This is beyond when you got them started right. So those are the kind of tools that are in here. This is something you can kind of take some time, to look through. Coaching at a glance and webinar recordings. Additional training here is just old trainings that we have from different coaches that we've gathered. There's a training in here by Tommy Migrant that's phenomenal on inviting, the 5-step invitation process and things like that. If you're looking for more and you reach out, someone might say, oh, it's in the additional training. And then this is the last thing I wanted to make sure you guys saw. This is our challenge group folder, the meal plans and recipes. These are all of the free challenge ideas that we have saved, challenge tracking and files to upload to the groups, photos that go with the different challenge groups. If you're running a group on Facebook and you need the photos to go with the posts, 5, 7, and 10-day Shakeology groups are here. And then these are 30-day Shakeology challenges that we saved. The whole template, every day there's a post and there's content. So there's really, sometimes they're great to go get ideas. And if you ever come across one or write one, like there's an awesome couple of meal plans and recipes that Melissa put together that are in here. I mean, we've put them in the folders, but honestly, this has been built by our team. One of my favorites is the free challenge if you're looking to meet somebody, because you can just see how the variety we have, a 6-day new carb, a 5-day clean crock, and they just did a crock pot Instapot challenge, 5-day Fitbit, 5-day cleaner eating, 21-day Beachbody on demand, free squat, free no sugar. Everything's here. The posts, the pictures, everything. So, and then like I mentioned, this last one is additional training. It just has, if you want to learn about a fit club, if you want to learn more about inviting, coach basics, it's just things to add value. And it's just here, guys, to like just give you a resource, a place to go. It's right there on our team page so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. That being said, if you come up with something and it's awesome and you save it, please add it to the drive so that other people can use it, Like someone, and I was thinking about this. I saw it in another group. They do like 5 days where you drink Shakeology for dinner for 5 days. Well, if like the no sugar challenge we have was from Jessica Rodriguez and she gave it to us. So if someone shares something and it's cool, we can make a copy of it and save it there. So thanks, Sarah. Professional operation. And I was only 5 minutes over, but I started 5 minutes late. That's pretty good. So questions? Anything? Anyone? No? Wow. So quiet.
So when are you going to come do my binder for me so I don't have to do the footwork?
Bring it to my house.
Okay, good. I'll be there on next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's how a Sapphire deals with things, just in case you're wondering, and you have to get them to want to do the work, which is when you call in the big guns, Angie Bradley.
Yeah. So you're right, Angie. This is a lot of information. I just wanted you to see what was there. And honestly, the Google Drive is like a library. So treat it as such. Like if you want to check out one book at a time, you know what I'm saying? Or if you need something, or ask in the team page, do we have a clean eating challenge? And then someone can say it's in the Google Drive under free challenges, and you know where to go. You know what I mean? So, oh, yay, Allison's on here. So we have another new coach on here. Yay, welcome. Are there any other, I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, I'm excited, guys. You need a card catalog. I am not card cataloging the Google Drive. Sorry, my nerd stops there.
Oh, thank you for volunteering. Oh my gosh, volunteer in the house. Wow.
So we're also really excited for those of you that are able to come to the retreat in the upcoming week. But in those that can't, Michelle and I are already brainstorming about next year. We'll have another one, like a yearly thing as we grow. That's okay. And we're glad you're here. So this kind of stuff makes me excited because it's like organized. So, but there's lots of good things going on. We have planned our calls for February, so stay tuned. And, I'll shoot you a message about it, Rebecca. I got to look and see, but I'll shoot you a message about it. But yeah, so we're pumped, and thank you guys. I'm going to stop recording